name's Zach. I'm with Cloudinary Dev Support. I've been with the company for about 3 years, a little bit over, and you might have joined me for the Basics Transformations class. Welcome to Advanced Transformations. We're going to go over variables, metadata, maybe if we have time, some eval scripts, all sorts of interesting things. I'm going to assume that because we're in the advanced class, you're already at least somewhat familiar with Cloudinary, the platform, how to do basic things, uploading assets, basic transformations. If you feel like at any point I'm glossing over anything or you're not sure how to do it, don't worry. At any point, you can open a Cloudinary support ticket and ask more detailed questions, and we're more than happy to help there. So let's get started. Okay. So story time. Let's say that you are a shoe company and you take lots of pictures of different shoes. You have a sale going on and you're using Photoshop to overlay the pricing and the quantity of the shoes. Maybe you're using CSS or some different application. You're having to take the photo, download it, edit it, make all of these updates. It's just a complete pain. Well, I got news for you. Good news. Cloudinary makes this all super easy. And by the end of the day, you're going to be celebrating with a money parade, and I'm going to show you how. So let's go to this demo. So remember, we're a shoe company, and we have all of these things that we want to change. So one of the ways that we can do that is we can create structured metadata. We'd have user-defined information attached to the assets. I'm going to show you what that looks like in my account, right? We have all these different metadata fields. We can put in rules. We can make it so that when you upload an asset, you have to have metadata, all these things, right? But this is advanced, so you guys already know that. So we're going to keep going, right? We're going to upload an asset. Before we upload that asset, we're going to create a couple of structured metadata fields. For this example, we're going to do 3: price, holiday, and stock number. What we're going to do is reference these structured metadata fields in your transformations. I'm going to introduce you to another concept, which is user-defined variables. You can use user-defined variables for all sorts of things. You can create a string, a number, or the size. There's a huge list of different user-defined variables that exist in Cloudinary that you can reference. Our documentation lists it all out conveniently. The way that you denote this is you're going to use a $, underscore, and then whatever the value is. So like in this example, new width is going to be 200. Label is going to be sale because it's a string. You can have multiple strings. To assign it to a structured metadata field, you're going to do MD, which is the metadata field, and the external ID. For example, MD and then struct ID. The external ID is not the same as the labeled ID. We have here external ID holiday. So the basic structure of defining this is we're going to use that $, and the variable name underscore MD, which lets us know that's the metadata field. And then we're going to use it in the most basic way possible, which is we're literally going to take it, just add a layer. So we're just saying exactly what the structured metadata field is called, and we're layering it over the asset. So the first thing you're going to do is declare your variables. We do the $, reference the metadata fields of holiday, stock, price, and then we're going to apply it. Then we have this big transformation, which I know looks kind of complicated, but it's really not. You can also adjust these structured metadata fields after you've uploaded the asset. You can use the API. You can use the UI as I'm showing here. You can do it on upload. I'm going to show you another example in a minute here that's even cooler. Ultimately, you get this. Let's say the stock change. We change that here. Instead of having to download the asset, make some modification through Photoshop or something like that, it automatically is going to update on this side. And so all of your assets are shown with the updated amount. We have a Christmas special. There's only 10 left. It's automatic. We're setting up process flows. This can be via the UI if you have non-technical users. You can do the APIs. You want to do it programmatically. There's lots of different options. The main goal is not to give you an exact demonstration of how to do this specific thing, although that's true. It's more to just show you what possibilities there are. So let's go to another possibility. Let's use generative transformations. We're going to use eGen background replace, and then we're going to use a prompt, which uses natural language. So the equivalent would be if you typed out eGen backgrounds underscore replace prompt and then typed in Easter. But instead, because we're using this user defined variable, we're pulling it from that. Let's say you had a Christmas holiday, but should stay the same. The holiday changes. You go from Easter to Christmas or Christmas to Easter. And instead of having to download the asset, edit it, re-upload it, make sure that it's all kept straight. You have one Christmas version, one Easter version. It's all organized through Cloudinary under one public ID with transformed versions. The same applies here, where all you have to do is update the structured metadata field, right? Then you go from Christmas to Easter and it's instant. The holidays may take several months. The transformation is instantaneous. This is just an example. Different geo-regions, different languages. You could do all sorts of different things. It's set up to basically have these complex advanced transformations that are programmatic. Let's get conditional. Let's say that you want something to happen when something else happens, but not if it doesn't. Instead of having to change your URL when the stock changes to something else, we're going to use a conditional transformation. This is another thing that's supported within Cloudinary that's advanced. So we're going to look at this metadata and say, if the stock value is less than 1, and then a layer is going to pop up and it's going to say sold out. Instead of having to download the asset, edit it, re-upload it, you can have it all set up this way. You can have this be part of the URL and no one will ever see it. You can hide it in a name transformation. You don't have to change it. It's completely hidden. If that metadata value changes, then it's sold out. Same thing. If it's a different geo region, if it's a different language, if it's this, if it's that, the only limiting factor in this is really your imagination with it. There's so many possibilities. This is complicated. This is advanced. It's totally cool. I get that this feels like a big wall of text. It feels intimidating. Maybe you don't code. Maybe you're non-technical. That's totally okay. A lot of times you can just use ChatGPT to write something for you. If you say, I'm writing a Cloudinary eval script and I want to accomplish this from this. But the long and the short of it, and what this is doing is on upload. So like, instead of making different API calls to update the structured metadata or have workflows already set in, I'm literally just using code on upload where I'm taking the name, the file name, right? I'm splitting it and then applying metadata fields and tags. So like in this instance, I'm going to use the SDK, Cloudinary SDK. Shout out to SDKs. You can also set this in an upload preset. But in this instance, I'm uploading a file from my local environment. In the response, we see that without adding anything else, basically using this eval script, we've split it. We've added the tag Christmas. We've added these metadata values. The product is shoes. The holiday is Christmas. Then we can use that in one of the transformations we've specified before. Once you have the workflow set up, you can have somebody from marketing and all they have to do is change the file name. You can also set it up so that users can add values dynamically, right? If something comes up in the future, maybe there's football day or teacher's pet awareness month. All you have to do is add that as the file name and it sets you up for success perpetually in the future. We've covered a lot and I know I've brushed over a lot of basic things. I hope I've still been pretty clear. I'm going to assume because we're in advanced that you guys at least know the basics. Remember that you can always open a ticket with Cloudinary support. I'm more than happy to answer these questions. That's where many many um, super smart and capable people are. We are here to help you figure this stuff out. You can mention the class, say, hey, I was in this class and I don't know, da 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 da. Like, we're there. We're there for you. Well, one of the things I would love for you to do to get started is this homework assignment, right? Is to use an eval script, extract a file name, assign them as structured metadata. You can use my code in the example, ChatGPT, or you can write into support, and then reference the structured metadata in a transformation URL. Declare the variables, create a new metadata field. The main point with this homework is trying to get either create something new or try and break something or figure it out so you feel comfortable. Once you start working with this stuff, I guarantee you, it's not going to feel super advanced. It's just like setting the width, but a little different. I have all the resources, and the resources are also in our documentation. If you Google them, it would come up too. The documentation is great. Transformation APIs, conditional transformations. It's all very well documented. We have user guides to help you along the way. There's eval, which we covered. There's also on success, which will apply things after an asset's been uploaded. That's another good thing to check out. You can set these up in an upload preset as well as using an SDK or API call. They can be really complicated. They can be more basic. It's really up to you and what your application is. You can use arithmetic, which is kind of cool. You can take the width, divide it by 50%. You can do a conditional within that. If the width divided by 50 is over a certain amount, then it does something. It's just endless. That's the thing. I don't know how familiar everybody is with coding, but we're started getting into the basics of pseudocode and conditional statements. We're declaring variables, we're using them. And so there's just endless possibilities. There's self-referencing variables. You can declare a variable and reference it and make things conditional on it. You can hide all of this in name transformations as well. So you don't have big, ugly URLs. Look at our documentation. We're here to help you in any way we possibly can. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you at the next class.